In the dry season of 2023, a birder moving along a tram road inside Big Cypress National Preserve raised a camera toward a shape resting half-submerged in a roadside canal. The animal lifted its head just enough to clear the waterline before sliding back under the surface. The photograph that resulted was sent, according to people familiar with the report, to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. What drew attention was not the animal's size, described by most accounts as 6 to 8 feet, but a detail along its jaw and a ridge between its eyes, features that do not belong to an American alligator. Searches followed. Then a hurricane crossed the preserve, and the trail went cold. The animal was never recovered. What it left behind was a question Florida's wildlife managers thought they had already closed. Florida's wildlife agencies have spent nearly 50 years documenting a single recurring fact. A foreign crocodilian can establish itself in the state's waterways without anyone noticing until it is too late to remove. Cayman crocodilus, the spectacled cayman, was first confirmed as a breeding population in South Florida in 1980 in a study published in the journal Copea by herpetologist Thomas Ellis, more than 20 years after the species was first observed in Miami canals. That population is still here, it is still spreading, and if one species of cayman established itself in the Everglades for decades before researchers fully understood its scope, the question becomes whether a second, far larger species of cayman could do the same, and whether the evidence would look any different if it did. Big Cypress National Preserve covers roughly 720,000 acres, almost 2,900 square kilometers, of cypress strand, pine island, sawgrass prairie, and dwarf cypress forest stretching west from the edges of Miami toward the Gulf Coast. Water moves through it on a seasonal rhythm, opening into marsh in the wet months and narrowing into channels and isolated pools by the dry season, when wildlife concentrates in whatever water remains. Visibility below the surface rarely extends past an arm's length. Vegetation along the canal banks grows dense enough that an animal lying still at the waterline, with only the top of its skull breaking the surface, can be mistaken at a glance for a log, a turtle, or an American alligator, the species every visitor expects to see. The preserve receives close to 3 million visitors a year, yet almost all of that traffic stays on boardwalks, tram roads, and a handful of marked trails. The interior, the flooded prairies and cypress domes, is rarely walked. If something large and unfamiliar were moving through that interior, the preserve itself is built in a way that would make it difficult to find and just as easy to lose again. The most concrete evidence available concerns the species Florida has already confirmed. Between 2017 and November 2025, a removal program coordinated by University of Florida researchers, the team known informally as the Croc Docs, captured and removed 342 spectacled caimans from 3 specific project areas: the Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands, the C111 Spreader Canal Western Project, and Everglades National Park. Genetic analysis of these animals, published in 2026, traced their ancestry to at least 2 separate source populations, one linked to Colombia and the other to Brazil and the Guianas. This means Florida's cayman population was not founded by a single release, but by multiple unrelated introductions arriving over different decades. Beyond those 3 monitored project areas, the picture becomes considerably less precise. Big Cypress National Preserve, where the 2023 photograph was reportedly taken, sits entirely outside that active removal footprint. No comparable survey effort has ever been applied there. What exists instead, for Big Cypress specifically, is a pattern of older, harder-to-verify accounts. In 1983, 3 crocodilians were reported missing from an enclosure at Crandon Park Zoo in Miami. Among them, according to records circulated by crocodilian researchers, were a female black cayman and a freshwater crocodile. Separately, in the 1980s, a small number of Nile crocodile hatchlings that had escaped a South Florida breeding facility were tracked over a 5-year span, with sightings recorded across multiple counties before the last animal was captured in the Everglades. Researchers noted at the time that its growth rate was running slightly faster than expected for the species. Across these accounts, a pattern repeats: an escape or release involving one, or a small number, of large crocodilian individuals, followed by years of scattered, unconfirmed sightings, followed eventually by a single capture, or by nothing at all. The spectacled cayman followed this exact sequence before its breeding population was confirmed in 1980. The question is whether the 2023 Big Cypress report represents the early stage of that same sequence, or its final one. Not enough has been documented to confirm that a black cayman is established in Big Cypress. Not enough has been ruled out to dismiss it either. The idea that a crocodilian capable of exceeding 4.5 meters could move into Florida and go undetected for years is not theoretical. It has a documented precedent in the same state, involving a closely related species. The spectacled cayman, a smaller member of the same alligatorid lineage, was first observed in South Florida canals in the late 1950s. Researchers did not confirm it was breeding until 1980, more than 2 decades later. By the time a coordinated removal program began in 2017, the population had spread across multiple counties, and according to the 2026 genetic study, had been founded not by one introduction, but by at least a couple of pairs arriving from separate source regions over time. 2 decades of invisibility for an animal the size of a large dog is the baseline Florida has already proven possible. The black cayman, Melanosuchus niger, is built on the same template at a much larger scale. It is the largest living member of the alligator family, native to slow-moving, seasonally flooded forest across the Amazon basin, a habitat structurally similar to the cypress strands and prairie sloughs of Big Cypress, where water also rises and falls on an annual cycle and dense vegetation provides cover at the surface. Cold is the obvious objection, and it is not a small one. Black caymans are a tropical species with limited tolerance for prolonged low temperatures. But Florida's invasive species record complicates a simple, too cold answer. Before we keep going, the people who actually see these animals are almost never believed. The cases that hold up are all in one place, a book called The Lazarus File. Check the pinned comment or scan the code on your screen. Back to it. Burmese pythons, also native to warm climates, were once considered incapable of surviving South Florida winters. They are now established across the southern peninsula, in part because they retreat into burrows, tree holes, and underground cavities during cold fronts and emerge once temperatures recover. American alligators do something comparable, sheltering in deep depressions known as gator holes that stay several degrees warmer than the surrounding marsh. A large, burrow-capable crocodilian moving into the deeper sloughs of Big Cypress during cold fronts, the same sloughs that concentrate wildlife and water during the dry season, would have access to exactly that kind of refuge. Distinguishing a black cayman from an American alligator at a distance is not straightforward either, which works in the species' favor if one were present. Both are dark-bodied, both reach considerable size, and both spend most daylight hours with only the eyes and the top of the skull above the surface. The features that separate them, including a more pronounced bony ridge between the eyes, dark mottling along the lower jaw, and a more heavily keeled tail, are visible only at close range, in good light, to someone already looking for them. To the roughly 3 million annual visitors moving through Big Cypress on boardwalks and tram roads, an animal showing those features would, in nearly every case, simply register as an alligator. If a crocodilian approaching 5 meters were living within Big Cypress, the obvious objection is straightforward. Why has no body, no clear photograph beyond the original report, and no second sighting ever surfaced? Part of the answer is where Florida's surveillance effort has actually been concentrated. The 342 spectacled caymans removed between 2017 and 2025 came from 3 specific project footprints: Biscayne Bay Coastal Wetlands, the C111 Spreader Canal Western Project, and Everglades National Park. These areas were chosen because they overlap with the comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, not because they represent South Florida's wetlands as a whole. Big Cypress National Preserve, at nearly 2,900 square kilometers, is larger than all 3 of those project areas combined, and it has never been part of a comparable removal or monitoring program. The preserve structure compounds that gap. Most of its interior, including the flooded prairies, the cypress domes, and the dwarf cypress stands, sees little to no foot traffic outside of hunting season, and even then, access is limited to specific trails and tram roads. A large reptile spends the overwhelming majority of its time submerged or hauled out in vegetation, well away from any marked path. Preservation works against conformation as well. In a subtropical wetland, a carcass of any size can be located and consumed by alligators, vultures, and invertebrates within days, often before it can be identified, let alone examined. Florida's own invasive species record is built almost entirely on living captures, not recovered remains, which means an animal that dies without being seen alive leaves no record at all. None of this proves a black cayman is present in Big Cypress. It does establish that for an area of this size and structure, the absence of a second sighting is not unusual. It is the expected outcome, regardless of what is or isn't living there. Somewhere along the tram roads of Big Cypress, the dry season will come again. The water will drop, and whatever moves through what's left of it will be easier to see for a few weeks, before the rains return and the marsh closes back over. The photograph from 2023 has never been published, never been independently verified, and never explained. Florida's wildlife agencies confirmed in 1980 that one foreign crocodilian had been living in their canals for over 20 years before anyone could say so with certainty. The question raised by a shape at the edge of a canal, lifting its head just far enough to be seen before sliding back under, is not whether something like that could happen again. It is whether it already has, and whether the water has simply closed back over it.